Dak Prescott, who is obviously the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He is eligible for a contract extension this summer. Doesn't have to get it. I wouldn't blame the Cowboys if they waited.
No, if they wanted to say one more year,
Right.
I could understand that because they don't have to do it according to the CBA. So that's what he's working under. So I do get that. If they're convinced that he's their guy long term, then pay the man. I mean, he got you to the playoffs twice, right, in 3 years. He's won a ton of games, and they won the division twice. If you really believe that, then you should pay the man. And if you still aren't convinced, then you should wait one more year, and then you have to do it. You either have to do it or you have to let him go on his way.
Right.
So I'm with you.
But he is saying that he will not take a discount.
What they call a hometown discount.
Home team discount from the Cowboys. He expects to get paid his full market value. He was asked, why not take a discount like Tom Brady so your team has, the money to go out and sign other star players? And here's what he said, Rob G.
Nobody's wife makes as much money as his wife does either. When Tom Brady isn't the breadwinner in the home, then that's a great problem to have. So in that case, he can do that. He can do his contract however he wants to do it.
There it is. Of course, Brady's wife, Gisele Bündchen, she's the highest paid supermodel in the world.
Her salary dropped, though, right? I mean, she was making 17. She made 10 this year.
$10 million last year, but she was the highest paid for like 15 straight years.
She's got a supermodel making big bank.
So that's why he said he wouldn't take less money. He obviously was kind of joking a little bit, but I think serious too.
But I'm with Dak on this from the standpoint that I just want what the market value is. I don't care about what your team economics are to save money for other players and all that. That's what you do. You hire a staff of people who have to determine and figure out who should get paid what. That's what they do, right? They crunch the numbers. And then because Jerry Jones just bought like what was that yacht? $250 million or whatever. And I get it. The NFL has a salary cap.
Right.
That's what they're working on.
That doesn't even.
But I'm not giving
it relevant.
Yeah, it is.
It's not relevant if they have a salary cap.
I want market value.
Now, if you want when you get to the CBA and you want to renegotiate and say no cap, pay the players what they really are worth, that's different.
Yeah, but
as long as you have a salary cap,
yeah, but that don't mean. But there's restrictions on the number, but not my number. That's
so you're not. So now it's all about you. Not
it is
the team.
About me. Yeah,
it's not about the team at all.
It's not about the team. It's about me. And I'm going to get paid, and nobody cares about saving nickels for me. All I'm saying is I want what the market value is. If a quarterback who has done what I've done is making $22 million, that's what I want to make. I don't want to make $42 million, and I don't want to make $2 million. I want to make what the market value is. That's what America's built on. You know how much you're worth? What someone's willing to pay you.
Well, it's not built on that in sports.
Yes,
because
it is.
The NBA players don't get their market value.
Well, but they signed up for that.
Right.
They signed up for that. That's on them.
Here's what I get what you're saying, and obviously you want to be fairly compensated. But with the rules being as they are, a lot of times if you take, and I'm not saying $10 million less, but if your market value is $24 million, but if you taking $21 million or $22 million a year instead of that 24 is going to enable the team to build a better cast around you, then I see nothing wrong with that. In fact, look, it's on the person, whatever the individual wants to do. But Dak Prescott, we both know, and you know, Rob, I have been with Dak Prescott all year. I've been a supporter. I like him. I think he's a good quarterback.
I don't think he's a good quarterback.
He is not the type of quarterback that can go just anywhere and lead a team based on his ability, his arm, and all that. And if he wants to go to a bad team and make the most money he can and spend the rest of his career in mediocrity, barely making the playoffs every 5-6 years, fine. But if you want to win and still be paid handsomely and make tons of money, generational wealth, take a couple million a year less to have your teammates be better and maybe compete for a Super Bowl, make the playoffs perennially, then I say do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I couldn't disagree with you more, and I don't think Dak Prescott.
So you don't care about winning. You just care about money.
No, I don't just care about money. I'm going to be compensated what's fair. And I'm not taking let somebody else take a discount.
If that
that's
player
all.
Let them
take
somebody's going to. Why
Let
can't?
them.
If I got a great connection
Let
with
them take it.
Amari Cooper, Ezekiel and I are tight, what about all of us saying, look, we can all break the bank and we're going to have to go our separate ways, or at least two of y'all going to have to go. Or I can take a little less, you can take a little less, and you can take a little less, and we can stay together and win Super Bowl. How about that?
Well, how about it? Just because you take less and it opens up money doesn't mean you're automatically going to make Super Bowl.
No, but it gives you a chance because you got better players.
I just want what I'm worth. I disagree.
Then you just want the money. That's what you're saying.
I want to be compensated fairly, Chris.
What's the difference in $24 million and $21 million a year?
$3 million. What math do you take? $3 million.
What can you do with
$3 million?
What can you do in life?
I don't, Chris,
with $24
that's not
million.
The point.
What is the point then?
That's not the point. Then why do they
your pride of making exactly the most money you can make? How about being happy?
Why do they
how about winning in sports?
Why do they charge $3,000 for a box apartment in L.A.? Because they can. That's why they do it.
That's a sorry reason.
No, but I'm saying
you don't do something just because you can.
This whole idea. I mean, Chris, in your life, you're good with that. You could be the guy to take the $3 million less.
There are some things more important
I'm not doing
than
it.
money.
I'm not taking a nickel less. I want what I'm worth, and they'll pay me, or I'll go somewhere else.
And you go somewhere else, and
it's not automatic if I go somewhere else.
Let me keep it this way.
If I go somewhere else,
let me bring it home to you. You're at Fox. You've been at ESPN.
Here we go.
No, seriously, I'm gonna bring it home. You're at Fox Sports. You've been at ESPN. What if some radio, we're on over 300 stations.
Yes.
And what if some company that you wouldn't really get much exposure, you'd be on very few markets. It's not close to what FS1 or ESPN is, but they're willing to pay you 2/3 more than you making right now. They're willing. Would you do it just because you're gonna get that money? I mean, maybe you would, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm just Chris.
But I'm a person that has turned down more money because I was happy where I was. I knew the exposure I was getting, and I was content where I was at.
I'll be honest. I never turned down anything making more money.
So you would leave?
It depends on where the company, and I have to do my research about it, but it would have just depend. This was always the thing with sports writers. The difference in our jobs when we change papers is basically the only thing that would change is the phone number. This is before the internet. You know this.
Right.
The phone number you would dial to send a story in. So I'm covering the Knicks, and another paper comes and says, we want you to cover the Knicks, and the only thing that's going to change is the phone number you send the story in, and we're going to give you
That's not the analogy I was making.
$15,000 more. I'm just saying.
I mean, you were at New York Newsday. We can stick with newspapers. You were at New York Newsday. If some local suburban paper that didn't have nearly the circulation as Newsday had but was going to double your pay, would you go there and nobody seeing your stuff anymore, but, hey, you making tons of money?
It just depends on the circumstance.
And Newsday was paying you.
That.
But see, you're not.
But I'm saying
before you were like it's bottomed out.
No.
My point is, I'd rather be making $21 million.
But that's not the choice.
But let me fit. I'd rather be making
the choice he has.
I'd rather be making $21 million with a team that can make the playoffs every year versus making $24 million with a team that has hardly any hope of making the playoffs.
But Chris, here's the problem with what you're doing is you're giving me more money only with the team that can make the playoffs, and then you're saying, less money with the team that can make playoffs and more money with the team. What if I go to another team, right, and make the playoffs,
I'm cool
making
with that.
$3 million
I'm cool
more?
with that.
That's what I'm saying.
But the problem is this.
It's not about him going anywhere. It's not about him going anywhere. He's not a free agent.
The problem is that most teams that pay their quarterback these huge amounts of money are struggling because the quarterback's making too much of the payroll. Matt Stafford, one of your favorites, Stat Padford. Aaron Rodgers this year. Matt Ryan. What do they have in common? They didn't make the playoffs, but they all breaking the bank.
Yeah, but Matt Ryan went to the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl.
And then they got paid.
No, but they got paid.
But they didn't get. And they ain't been back since.
No, but they didn't get paid, though.
Kirk Cousins.
They get paid for what they've already done.
Nah, that's not how you getting paid for. This isn't baseball.
No,
you thinking baseball.
Aaron Rodgers
We talking about football. That's not the case. Aaron Rodgers got paid because they think he's going to do damage going forward.
But he also did damage and wasn't making that much before
Have they made the Super Bowl since he got paid?
No, but it doesn't mean that he won't, though.
Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford,
me and you
Jimmy Garoppolo.
We could disagree.
That's all I'm saying. No, you just said it's not.
I don't buy into the whole notion
You're
of
not buying into what's
taking
factual.
a pay cut. I'm not. Why should I?
Nobody's saying take a pay cut.
I'm gonna take less than what I'm worth because.
Because I want to keep.
They want to give the money to somebody else. To win. I'm not doing that.
No, it's not like it's not like Ezekiel. I'm saying, Ezekiel, you break the bank and I'll take the sacrifice. I'm saying all of us make the sacrifice so we can stay together and compete for the playoffs every year.
It was just like, you know what? This isn't what he said when it was Steph Curry when they asked when they asked Kevin Durant to take a pay cut so they didn't have to pay the tax. He said, "No, but Steph Curry deserves his $40 million, but it was okay for KD to take a cut so that they could keep the team together." Why didn't Steph Curry take a cut?
Steph Curry had played on a cut.
No, but I'm asking
Steph
you.
Curry was making $11 million
but he should have because
MVP.
Yeah, but he should have because that's where he was drafted. He wasn't drafted.
No, it wasn't on his draft. It was his second contract.
All right, but
he signed for 4 years, $48 million.
What? But that's his fault, right? He signed that deal.
He was coming off injuries, but they knew he had played several years.
They asked Kevin Durant to take
his
a
market
cut,
value.
But Steph made $40 million. Why couldn't Steph
Kevin
give up
Durant,
some money?
They're not going to ask him to take a pay cut this year.
No, but they did the other
year.
Steph
took a pay cut once. Durant could take it once. That's fairness.
There's no fairness. Why? And the owner.
That's all right. Then go to the small. Look, it's
it ain't
fine.
about going nowhere.
You're not wrong. I just disagree.
Okay.
And I'm not
that guy.
I want money. I want money like everybody else.
No,
I need money like everybody else.
I want a fair
but
share.
I don't need money.
I want a fair share.
That's the difference.
I want my
what
fair
gives
share.
me happiness.
No.
And if I'm filthy
share.
rich either way, then heck, I'd rather be happy than make exactly as much to the nth degree as I can.
But if I make exactly to the nth degree, maybe I'm happy because of that. That's my happiness.
That's cool.
Your happiness is different.